Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom and I have just witnessed QPR 2, Reading 2 down here in Shepherd's Bush. Entertaining game, 4 goals, Reading coming back from behind twice to take a point. They could have had more today, possibly. Really entertaining stuff. Like I say, I came to see Eze, but I'm coming away thinking about Ejaria. QPR line up 4-2-3-1 here. This is going to change though. Kelly in goal, Rangel, Leisner, Barbe and Manning are the back four. Scowen and Cameron starting this game in midfield. They are the double pivot. Chair is off to the right, Eze to the left, Wells in that 10 position, so no Samuel today, and Hugill is the number 9 up the top there. Reading, Mark Bowen here in his second game for Reading. He's going 3-5-2 again. Raphael in goal, Miazga, Morrison, Moore, 3 big centre halves there. Yidem right wing back, Richards left wing back. You've got Rinomota and Swift sitting in midfield with Ejaria Moore in a 10 position in front of them, linking up with George Puskas and Sam Baldock. I've been saying for weeks on my feeds, who the hell are Reading going to sort up front out of their 4 strikers, Puskas, Yao, Boye and Maite? Well, I didn't even think Baldock was an option. He starts this game up top. Bit scrappy to begin with. You've got Ejaria trying to get on the ball for Reading, Chair trying to get on the ball for QPR, and we're into minute number 7. Big chance here for Reading. Ejaria, he's pulling the strings. What he does really well is he gets there first and he just plays balls around the corner and immediately makes himself available. Very clever in that regard, Ejaria. It's a give and go. He knocks it through. The give and goes with Puskas. Baldock, he's in, he's on the angle into the penalty box. He goes for power here and it's a good save by Kelly down to his right, and this was the first threat of Reading pressing quite high up and catching QPR with the centre half split and trying to use possession in defence. 10th minute, QPR played a channel here. Manning chases it down really close into the corner there, does really well to get the cross in, hangs it up. Morrison onto it, big handball shout in there. He's got his back turned, so I think he gets away with that one. Rangel into Wells here, cross to Hugill, no power on the header there. Easy for Raphael in the goal there for Reading. Kelly very close to getting caught again, playing out from the back. Ejaria has closed him down. He gets away with this one, bounces straight back to him there. Could have been disastrous. I've written down on 15 minutes, Reading the better side here, to my surprise here. Nice and forward with their press. When they did get it, they were quite decisive, quick 1-2s and such the like, and they just felt like they were on the front foot, sniffing everything out from the word go here. Good stuff from Mark Bowen, really. I tell you what, a bit of the Steve Bruce about it. Nice stiff team shape on it, not necessarily long ball, but quite direct when they got it. Just go for it and use the ball without necessarily long periods of possession. I was impressed. I can see a change already from Gomez to Bowen. Swift corner here, tries the old Darren Anderton one here. Rinomota's unmarked on the edge of the box. They quickly get out to close him down. That shot is blocked. Ejaria is causing havoc here. 20 minutes again. He twists left, then right, then left again. He's into the box, hits the shot on the angle with the left foot. It's going low into the corner. Kelly gets down well, makes the save here, tips that one around the post. Second good save from Liam Kelly in the goal there, and Ejaria playing really well. Reading on top here. Bit of handbags from this corner. Miazga walks back looking pretty sheepish. QPR player on the ground there after that. No replays for me, I'm afraid. 24 Rangers pep it up a little now. Eze, literally haven't mentioned him at all. He does a little dummy here. Manning crosses to the back post. Chair heads it back across. There's two big blocks in here, and the second one, I have to say, Yidam throws himself at it. Looks like it might have hit his hand there. We'll see. I don't know what the rules are anymore. Body position, hand by your side, silhouette, deliberate, not deliberate. I don't know. Ref says no penalty. Let me know in the comments what you think. But on 28 minutes, QPR take the lead, and despite that moment there, it is against the run of the game really as we come up to the sort of half an hour mark here. And Eze, who literally hasn't done a thing, this is the sign of a quality player. He's going to pull a goal out of nowhere here. He gets it in that inside left position where he's dangerous. He can come in on the right foot. He can split a pass. It's all very well being good at passing, but this guy can play the ball while he's on the run, while he's engaging defenders. He finds his angles, he finds his ways. We know he's a good player, and he's going to be a really good player. As he comes forward, slips it on to Naki Wells. I think he's just inside the box. He lines up the shot, hits it really true, really well, hard and low into the corner. Raphael ain't saving that one. Wells does it again. What is that, 7 for the season, I think, possibly for Wells now. Great stuff. QPR take the lead. Eze springs out of nowhere, finds the quality. Wells gets the goal. I say it's against the run of play, but Reading are going to equalise immediately, and it's Ejaria who had not been quiet. He'd been excellent. He finds himself in more a deep line playmaker position here, and he's got it all here. He's really strong, bumps the defender off the ball, keeps his balance, takes a step out, looks up, he sees everything, and he splits the defence. It's a deep ball, but he plays it beautifully weighted. Kelly thinks about coming. You've got Pushkas chasing through now. They've split the defence wide open. He's got a lot of time. My initial thought is Kelly's kind of come. He's in no man's land. Is he going to chip him? Good composure from Pushkas. Takes it in closer. Side foots it round. Slides it in the corner. Bam, bam. 28th minute. 30th minute. It is 1-1. Sorry, QPR fans. Reading did not deserve to be behind in this one. 39. Manning has a free kick in, left-footed. Poor header clear here. Leisner onto it in a flash. His volley is well blocked again. Reading getting bodies in the way. It comes back to Hugel. It's poor from Hugel on the half volley here. Doesn't control the shot over the top. It goes 41 as a long range free kick. No power on that one, and we reach half time. It's 1-1. You've got QPR up in the top 6, Reading down. Are they still in the bottom 6? I think they are, despite that win on Saturday. And Reading start the game really well, imposed themselves, strong at the back, wing backs getting forward, Swift making the play. Motor is the holding guy. Ejaria, excellent threat up front. They looked good. They looked the better side. QPR would appear to have had a moment of quality from Eze slipping through Wells, who finishes well. But in the main, Baldock's in and he misses that chance. Ejaria into the box and the one tipped by the post. I suppose we can talk about the blocked shot and the possible handball, but not much in it. But I thought Reading edged it, and we go in 1-1 at half-time. Maybe Mark Warburton did too, because he's going to change his system. In comes Kane for Rangel. Kane's going to play wing-back. Rangel at his age, fine in a back four, maybe not as a wing-back you would have thought. So Cameron, it's good to have that player. We've seen Bielik doing it at Derby County. Trying to find that player who can play back four and midfield. So Cameron drops back, makes it a back three. You then have Scowen kind of sitting and Eze and Chair. So the triangle's the other way round than the way Reading are playing it in the central midfield. Well, still slightly playing off Hugel, but we'll call it a 3-5-2 here with Kane and Manning. Manning looked more comfortable at wing back, I have to say. He can influence the game there. And Manning here, he's got a great set play on him as well. Deep free kick here, smacks it right across. Lovely arc on that one. No one makes the gamble there on the back post. Beautiful delivery. Ejaria again pulling the strings at number 10 here, through to Bulldog, snatches at it. It's a 25-yarder, but maybe he needs to engage the defenders here. Smacks it over the top here. Handbags, Reading think Ajaria gets fouled, nothing given. Then Rinomota stops the counter here and takes a yellow card. I think on Eze, they obviously had a plan for Eze, and he did get bumped and fouled a few times. They did keep him quiet in the main, but he still has that assist, doesn't he? And QPR are going to take the lead again. I say the first goal in the first half was out of nothing. This one, equally so. It's a big up and under. It's route one. Hugel is underneath it. Hugel does well because he wins the header and then he gets on the move ahead of the defender, so he flicks it on. Wells is in the drop zone, receives the flick on, knocks it back into Hugel's path. He's got the run on the defender. It's opened up a little bit. Hugel does the right thing. He takes the shot on early. He's done everything right so far, and he gets a little bit lucky. He hits the shot well. I think he's going for the keeper's right. Big deflection, smacks it over to the other side of the goal. Keeper wrong-footed, and QPR are 2-1 up. They have taken the lead. Again, 64, Swift, dangerous free kick here. Good line on that, but Kelly well behind it, makes the save again. We get a couple of substitutions here. Amos comes in for Wells, so Eze goes into the 10 position. Amos shores it up a little bit, so there's now less creativity actually in the centre midfield, and it's moved up front. So Warburton reacting a lot to Reading. It's a sign of respect for how Reading played, that he's switching things around to seemingly shore things up each time and match up with them at half time. Reading fans can find a positive in that. McCleary, who I believe has been out in the cold with Chris Gunter, Bowen has brought him back. Here he comes. He's going to get sort of 30 minutes worth here. Renomota's on a yellow card, so McCleary comes into central midfield, exact opposite of what QPR are doing. Swift is now going to drop into the kind of deep line playmaker position where he's so comfortable anyway, and you've now got a creative player replacing a stopper in that midfield. So they do go for it in that regard. Reading, Hugel holds it up on 70 here. Nicely worked right to left. Manning, another good cross. He's got great delivery from that left-hand side. And Kane's arriving the back post. It's too steep angle and he can't do anything with it. And here comes the equaliser, and they'll thank themselves for making this midfield more attacking, because you've got Omar Richards forward, you've got Ajaria and Swift with him. They're over on the left-hand side making the play. It gets knocked out to Swift, I think. It's crossed all the way over to the far side, and this is how you play wing-back. He's right forward, Yeadham. In fact, he's probably the furthest player forward because he nods it back across. McCleary is an attacking midfielder. He goes in there. Looks like he's going to get the shot off, maybe a side foot volley here as everyone converges in. McCleary doesn't get a touch on it, which takes the centre half out of the game. It takes the keeper out of the game. Bulldog is following in. They've got men forward, and Bulldog wraps that one in from 1 yard and gets the equaliser for Reading. Well done, Mark Bowen, I have to say. He made his midfield more attacking, a little subtle tweak, and there you go. He gets the equaliser again. 76, Pushkas, right channel here, does well. Low cross here. Bulldog's got across the front. I'm thinking he's in the mood now, but he puts it over the top. Pugh comes in for Chair. He's gonna I guess play a sort of number 8 role in there. I like Chair, good. He's a good player. Didn't quite influence it as the game went on, but I thought he was a bright spark at the start of the game here in that first 10 minutes for Rangers. Swift, clever here, low free kick, feeds in. Bulldog again on the move, just bumped off that for the corner. Reading looking the more likely as we go into the last 10 minutes. Kane wins a free kick here. Barbe smacks that one into the wall. He likes a left-footed free kick. Barbe, McCleary, pacey and direct here, feeds Bulldog. It's a tricky angle, but he's got off the shoulder again. Left side of the box, smashes it over the top here. Bulldog was a threat today, despite me not thinking he was going to figure in Reading's striking options at all. Gets a bit tetchy at the end here. A few tactical fouls coming in, a bit of bumping about. Leisner and Pushkas first, then Hugel and Miazga kind of bump into each other. Miazga then pushes him down. They both get a yellow card here. Pele comes in for Ajaria, who I did try and applaud from the QPR stand, but I kept that one quiet but excellent stuff from Ejaria today. Pele comes in just to shore up and see out the 2-2 here. There's a yellow right at the end, I think, for Eze. And that is it. All she wrote. 2-2. Good stuff here. Enjoyed this one. Like I say, I came to see Eze and I'm ending up talking about Ejaria, and I'm ending up being quite surprised that Reading were better than I thought they were. I expected to turn up today and see QPR win this one, to be honest. They've been playing really good football. They're up in the top 6, and credit to Reading, they didn't allow them to do so. Let's talk about QPR first. I saw QPR play at Millwall and they got the win there. I thought QPR were excellent there. They're playing a 3-5-2 there, so this is the first time I've seen them play the 4-2-3-1, and I think it's down to Reading that they couldn't really get into it. Obvious, Eze had been sort of targeted. Whenever he gets the ball, get really close to him, don't let him on it. That gave Chair a little bit more licence in the first half, but they couldn't really convert that into anything, and Reading really the better side. I would say that QPR had one moment of quality with Eze and Wells combining, and I suppose you call it quality. They just caught them out with that route one, Hugel, quick Wells. What I'm saying is I thought Reading's team performance maybe surpassed QPR's team performance today, but just those moments, and they've got good players, QPR, when Eze and Wells combine and Hugel and Wells combine there, they got the goals in those moments. I'm sure QPR fans in the comments will be talking about that double block and maybe that handball from Yida. Might have to look at that. I've only seen it in real time from up in the South Africa road stand. So QPR looking good. I'm sure they've stayed in the top 6. I did have a quick flash of the results, and I know the top teams have dropped points, so I don't think it's a bad day for QPR. Remember, we're in a 3-game week here. They've won on Saturday. They're up to 4 points. If they can end the week with 7 points, I'm sure they'll be more than happy. What I am interested in is Reading, because they had that flashy 3-game week in August where they looked good. Then it all goes wrong for Jose Gomez. Stories of losing the dressing room, and I mentioned Gunter and McCleary out. Mark Bowen has now come in as manager, and he's won a home game against Preston and drawn here against QPR. And I saw them against Fulham, and I know I can't really judge that because John Swift was sent off, but from what I know of Reading and what I've seen of Reading, this was a marked improvement today. The 3 centre-halves look nice and tight and solid. Miazga and Moore and Morrison at the back there. The wing-backs really had energy. Yidem and Richards. Renamotor sits. Swift is excellent. If Swift continues this season, I think he's going to start to be linked away from Reading if they're going to stay down there. Because looking at all the progressive passing stats, when you look at those metrics, he's excellent. And Ejaria was just a star today. Ejaria was the best player on the pitch in that number 10 position, nicking things, dribbling, strong, passing from deep. I know he's there on loan, and I know he's probably not going to end up long term being a Reading player. But look, they've got him now, and they need to use him in the system like they did today. And Baldock, out of nowhere, in up front, and had a good game here. He was a nuisance. He buzzed about, put himself about next to Puskás there. Puskás and Baldock both getting on the score sheet. So if I'm a Reading fan, I'd be quite positive about this Mark Bowen thing. I know there was a lot of, oh, this is a bit murky, him coming from sporting director into that position, but having seen that today, I'm going to calm my position on that and say I think there might be a fair upside here. Just remember though, I thought that in August when Reading won a few games then, and then they tailed off. So let's see if they can keep this up. Really enjoyed it, really entertaining. QPR, they've got a big upside this season, I think. Could be a top 8, possibly top 6 finish for them. Depends on those young 3 players, I think, Chair, Samuel, Eze, being the X factor with the more seasoned Wells and Hugel up there and some more solid players behind them. And as I say, I paid to see Eze, and I suppose QPR are going to start finding this now, that teams are going to single him out and, you know, man mark him and really have a plan for him. So it'll be interesting to see how QPR cope with that. And where are they going to go system-wise? Is it 4-2-3-1? Is it 3-5-2? And Reading, impressive and big thumbs up for Ejaria as well. If you're at the game, let me know your shouts for man of the match. If you watched on the red button, get your comments in. Reading fan, QPR fan, let me know what you think of my assessment and what you see coming up for your teams. I'm fairly positive about both, actually, from what I've seen today for Reading and through the season for QPR. Obviously, thank you very much for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Bloom. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. All over the Championship content in a 3-game week. I'm doing Ipswich tomorrow, so I'm League One. I have to go and see some Ipswich games still, but we'll be back. I'll do a live stream review and preview. So if you're seeing me for the first time, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. So much Championship stuff. I'm an Ipswich fan. I've not got a dog in the fight, so I can be balanced about your team. So if you're a QPR Reading fan, I know we've got subscribers from both of those teams. Come and join us, and particularly join the live streams and help me keep tabs on your teams. If you're watching for the 10th, 20th or 30th time, because I do a lot of content, why don't you think about patreon.com and just giving me a little bit of support there as well. I'd love to do this full time, and I just need a little bit of help when I'm sitting in the platinum seats up there to try and get the best view to give you guys the best content. It's quite expensive, so would love to do this full time, but until the subscriber numbers can pay me the ad revenue to do that, I just need a bit of help on the Patreon. So help a brother out. $5 there, the equivalent of buying me a cup of coffee or a pint. Buying yourself a cup of coffee or a pint. Why not help out a content provider? Thank you everybody for watching. Plugs over. It was Reading 2, QPR 2. Over and out.